I truly think that having a kid is one of the most narcissistic things a person can do. I believe that. I do believe that. And I don't think it's a conscious decision that people have. I think it's this subconscious thing that's in the back of everyone's head, which is this idea of, you know, I like me. I think there should be more of me in the world.
I know that feeling. That was David Cross in a clip from his brand new stand-up special, Oh, Come On. The actor and comedian has been a fixture in TV and film for more than 25 years. And along with longtime collaborator Bob Odenkirk, he's half the duo behind HBO's Mr. Show, which earned him 3 Emmy nominations. Jamie Wax sat down with Cross to talk about his comedy career, including its painful origins. Jamie, good morning.
Good morning, Anthony. That's right. I spoke with David Cross at one of his favorite performing venues here in New York. He talked about growing up in Atlanta and why comedy is so important to him. And he opened up about something he rarely, if ever, has spoken about.
It seems no matter where David Cross goes,
Excuse me, do these effectively hide my thunder?
people recognize him from somewhere.
What? Why would you say that?
Where exactly that somewhere is depends on the person.
You get the hell out!
What do people recognize you for mostly when they see you on the street?
It really depends. Yeah. I don't have a 100% success rate, but I'd say I have about an 80 to 85% success rate at looking at them and knowing very quickly, this is how you know me.
Really? You can spot like an Arrested Development person and...
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
These things are kind of all over the map and far apart. Like, so, you know, Chipmunks, Alvin, is almost always younger. Or sometimes parents will go like, I had to watch that 100 times. Thank you for being funny in it.
You're in luck, because your Uncle Ian came through.
And Mr. Show is sort of sprinkled amongst those things.
Hey, buddy, try it on.
Mr. Show with Bob and David put Cross on the national stage and also propelled the career of his comedy partner, Bob Odenkirk.
You're just jealous because I'm more of a woman than you'll ever be.
Like Cross, Odenkirk has had tremendous success individually, with acclaimed turns in Breaking Bad and its hit spin-off, Better Call Saul.
It's showtime, folks.
The solo triumphs haven't taken away from the fact that Bob and David remain uniquely connected.
You compare the relationship between a comedy team to a marriage.
Yeah, in the same way that Naomi and I, my wife and I, it's always kind of fresh. It almost feels like the first moment when we first met is happening still. And I think David and I have the same thing. He's funnier than me. And I am funny, but he's funnier than me.
Whoever's funniest, the two have each created numerous memorable characters together and on their own, including what might be the role Cross is most frequently identified with. Tobias Funke of the revered TV comedy
It's Arrested Development.
I'm afraid I just blew myself.
There's got to be a better way to say that.
Those were the greatest days. Those were so much fun, and man, we would just crack each other up constantly. And you know, it was very, very much like a family.
Through all the acting, writing, and directing opportunities, Cross stayed connected to the creative outlet that first got him noticed. Highly original stand-up.
You can't say minimum wage to people when they're you know, asking you questions. Hey man, so how's it going? What are you making now? Minimum wage. Yeah, lowest amount legally possible.
It's an outlet that began for Cross when he was searching for a voice as a kid in an Atlanta suburb.
Take me back to you in Georgia, your teenage kid.
Really? Do you want to go there?
Yeah, I do. I really do.
Do I have to?
I would walk through Atlanta with you right now.
I love Atlanta. Just the childhood was not great.
Right.
Cross's father abandoned the family when he was just a teenager, something that still impacts him as he raises his daughter.
How do you break that pattern and become a good father?
I know what I and my sisters went through, and my mom. I'll be real honest with you, it worried me. But what if there's that thing in me? What if it's a gene? What if it's the thing that let my dad just abandon us? And what if there's a thing where you have 3 kids? I've always imagined this. I wanted to put a scene in something where my dad just sort of rationalized it and went, you know what? I honestly did think I wanted to have kids and be married, but now I know I don't. So anyway, I'm going to take off, and what if there's that ability to rationalize that thought? That what if I have that thing in me? And it really scared me, and I try not to let on at all. I don't know if that I've talked about it except here, but and I still don't know if, you know, she's going to be 6 or 7, and I'm going to be like, eh.
Even so, Cross acknowledges there were gifts he received from his father.
My dad, coincidentally, opened the doors that were comedy. He turned me on to Abbott and Costello and the Marx Brothers, and he loved comedy and kind of got me into that stuff.
But you know, it is a fascinating thing to be a part of.
Now, Cross is passing on that love of comedy to his daughter, taking her on tour around the world.
I'm really looking forward to that big shift, you know, that happens, that big change where you finally start to love them. And that's... Well, hurry up with that part, please. When is it going to be worth it in any way, shape, or form?
And as a member of Cross's chosen family, Bob Odenkirk says the relationship will last into the future.
Can you ever foresee a time in your life when you don't perform with David Cross?
No, no, when we're dead.
Bob! You made it!
We'll hopefully be holograms doing an act together somewhere. The Smithsonian Comedy Wing. Alternative Hall.
And Cross is approaching what's next with the same lack of planning that's gotten him this far.
If everything else goes wrong, I can always do stand-up.
Why is stand-up so important to you?
It's important to me because, especially as I do all these other kind of satellite things that are bits and pieces of me, but aren't really me, that's me. I've got a record for my daughter. If anything happens to me, that's who your dad is. That's what your dad thought was important.
His new comedy special, Oh, Come On, is available on iTunes, Amazon, and other online platforms.
I mean, you think about it, even his father leaving did give him something in the way he is a father now.
It's such an interesting dilemma in a father-son relationship, is the good and the bad.
Yeah.
What do you take? What do you hold on to?
I'm
Very much so.
So happy you shared.
Well,
because that runs through, I think, every parent's mind.
It does.
Do I have
but I
that
do
dream?
think that experience either makes you a very bad parent or a very good one.
Yeah.